that open?
I hardly remember when my mother died. And I was about 3 or 3.5 years old. But like a dream, I remember I was sitting, the 5 of us, we were 5 children. We were sitting on a wooden couch. In the old times, instead of a couch like this, we used to have a wooden couch. You know, we used to sleep on them at night. A wooden bench, they used to call it. And then from then on, I never remember my mother's face, how she looked. After a while, my father got married, and he brought us a new mommy. Still, it's a dream. I don't remember how she looked and how she acted, how we acted. Later on, all 5, we were 3 sisters and 2 brothers. We were all separated. Only me and Zelda, my youngest sister Zelda, remained with my father and stepmother. She wasn't very good to us after a while. And we had to wait when we were little, we had to wait. Then my grandfather took my little sister to his house. We used to live in one house, but my father has to have next door to the big house, small house of 4 rooms built. My grandfather built it for my father. It's hard to remember so many years. It's about 70 years or so. But I still remember the pains that we used to have from our stepmother. Then my little sister got sick. She had a disease on her head. The disease had skin disease. I remember they took her away when she was 4.5 or 5 years old. They took her away to a different town, to a doctor. There was no doctor. It was like those years they used to call them not doctors, maphis. In Jewish, a maphis is just like you call it the witch doctors. And then she was there about 6 or 8 weeks, and I remember distinctly how it was been today. They brought her home, and her whole scalp was just like bully. You could tell. You could ask Judy Mamala. You could ask.
No, that should have not put on there.
That's all right. Huh? Oh, I shouldn't put it on.
Zipper on your pants is fine.
Oh, that's all right, Mamala. That's it. Then I remember when I was around, I used to go to Talmud Torah. And I was a good student. My teacher used to tell my father that I was very good in arithmetic, what do you call it, arithmetic or...
Numbers?
Math, numbers. No, I used to count just like this. On my mind, used to how many so-and-so, how many times so-and-so, I used to answer it right away. And he used to tell my father that I'm very good in math. I was a little boy yet there. Then a couple of years went by, my father passed away. How he passed away? They used to wake in the express. My father and my grandfather used to wait on the wagons used to deliver goods from different towns to different cities. And he worked in a place where they make leather. And they packed a wagon with dried cow skins, or wherever these, all kind of skins. He used to pack it to deliver it to a different city. He got bitten by a bee. Right there, over here was bitten. And he got poisoned, blood poisoned from it. He got bitten on a Thursday morning, and they had to shave. The old country used to wear beards. So they shaved them off, half of the beard they shaved them off. They didn't shave the whole beard, but half of the beard they shaved them off. I remember Dr. Zeitel, there was a crooked head like this he used to be said. He came Saturday morning and he told my stepmother that my father was going to die. So they all left the house, and I used to stick around the house and stay near him. Towards the evening, it wasn't evening, it was when the Jewish people got to Mincha, to the prayer, the third prayer of the day. And then came a friend of our family. I was friend with his children. And I've been sitting in the back of my father's feet. And I told Reb Moshe, my father's feet are so cold. Maybe I should cover them better. He told me, no, Godele, geh weg van dan. He didn't tell me that my father died. And he passed away around, it was the sundown on a Saturday. Oh, I stopped. Oh, no, John. And they buried him on Sunday before noon. They buried him on a Sunday. Then the trouble began. My stepmother didn't want to take care of us, so my grandpa took us, me and Zelda. Inda was dead yet too, but then they sent her away to a aunt, to Badichev.
Who was that?
Aunt Edith. She was sent away to Badichev. After that, I stopped school. I didn't go to school. I had to help out my grandfather. We had their horses. We had about 6 horses there in a big stall with horses and a cow. I used to take care of the horse. Not me, myself. We used to have help, Gentile people. They used to work for us, 2 of them. After my father passed away, everything ran down to the hills. My grandfather didn't have no patience, he didn't have no courage, and everything went backwards. After a little while, we were left only with 3 horses and 1 wagon. My grandfather had to make a living, so he hired some people to pack the wagons, unpack the wagons. I was too little, but he took me, once in a while, he took me to the big cities to deliver the goods we used to, express people, you know, like express wagon. You understand what I mean, Judy?
Mm-hmm.
And there was, in the winter time, was very cold. He used to bundle me up, and I should sit in the back of the wagon and watch. The crooks shouldn't come, steal the goods that he used to be in the front, driving the wagon, and I've been sitting in the back, all covered up. After a while, I didn't want to do it anymore. Wherever he told me I didn't want to listen to him, and it wasn't any good. I didn't listen to him. So he told me, you don't want to do that, so you go and learn a trade. So first with a trade, I went to a certain place. They make shoes, shoes, uppers for shoes, you know, the top of the shoes they made. And I learned the trades. Then when I was around 1905 or 6, I learned the trade, and I worked for 50 cents a week. But they gave me food too in the place where I worked. As time passed by, I learned the trade, and I was a good young boy mechanic. Maybe I was then 11, 12 years old. I used to work by machine, by the bench, used to stitch. In the meantime, time passed by, and it came to our 1909. My older sister, and she was working for people as a maid, you know, cooking, you know, everything, taking care of children. She got older, she got involved with a Gentile boy. In Europe, you used to call him a shagus. His father used to be a butcher, he used to kill pigs, he used to kill. My grandfather didn't have no money, but he had a big lot, like an acre or 2 acres around the house. So my grandfather sold half of the lot, instead sending my brother, because he was soon to be drafted in the army, instead to give him the money, he gave the money to my older sister to go to America. He must have sold the lot for 150 or 200 rubles. That's dollars. And she went. Then, that was 1908 or 1909, she left for America. Then in 1910, my brother was drafted, and he went to the army. My grandfather didn't have no money to help. He was not supposed to be taken to the army because he was the eldest of the 5 children in an old grandfather. They still took him. So my grandfather went to a lawyer, and he should try to get him freed from the service, disqualified, kind of being the eldest in the family. He didn't have the money, my grandfather, so he went to the boss that I worked for. And he landed on me, I don't remember exactly how much, $50 or $75 to give it to the lawyer. And then they switched it around and made me younger, whatever, a year or 2 years younger. And it didn't help anyway. From then on, it didn't help. I didn't want to pay the money, so I left the town. I left the town and I went away to a little town, Mishirich, and I worked there for a while. And there was a friend of mine, Maya used to be the foreman of the place. But I was all right. They fed me, and they gave me $50 a week with food and rent and everything. I suppose I was satisfied. And then I couldn't stay away from my little sister. I used to come home every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks for the weekend to see how she's getting along. By then she was already working for somebody as a maid, taking care of children and taking care in the kitchen. I came back to town and she worked at a leather store, but they had a shoe.
Recording.